135 Papa Juliet, we're 10 miles to the southwest Bravo, looking for a full stop taxi back.
I mean, I've been around planes pretty much all my life. My dad worked for American, so I've been around pilots, been around planes, been around maintainers. Heck, he even took me to the maintenance base in Tulsa. I think the time where it finally got real was 9th grade. Dubisky has an aerospace program, so now I'm surrounded by like-minded people, and it's finally like, this is getting real. I'm going to be a pilot when I grow up. Another thing I have to say is I've been flying flight simulators for a long time, so most of the conceptual stuff I mostly got down, but finally having the, I guess people like to call it the seat in your pants kind of feeling, that was a lot different, and it finally like dawned on me like, man, I'm not Tom Cruise. I need to figure out how I'm gonna maneuver this plane in the way it's supposed to be, rather than just messing with a flight stick at home at 10 p.m. at night. Getting the feeling of flying and doing it correctly, all while everything, like my sensors are basically overloaded, that was probably the biggest challenge with my flight training so far. There is a lot that I'm still considering. I know I want to be a pilot, but the word before that is where it gets muddy. Do I want to be a cargo pilot? Do I want to be a military pilot? Do I want to be an airline pilot? I'm not sure. And that's something that I'm definitely going to decide in college, where I can more easily dip my toes into the different facets of flying. Like I can join ROTC for a little bit of the military experience. I can get onto a cadet program, or not a cadet program, but a internship with an airline, so I can get an idea of how that culture works. Or heck, I could go be a firefighter, fly for the NOAA. I could do anything that I want to. Realistically thinking, like, I genuinely like these small general aviation aircraft, maybe up to turboprops like PC-12s and TBMs. These little GA planes, you are basically on the controls the whole time. And that's something that I really want to do when I grow up. Among other things that getting the Pino Foundation did for me, there were two major things that it did. One, it really put me on a limit of, all right, now's the time to start flying. Now that I have the money and the resources to do it, because prior to that, it was me and my parents paying for it, which meant we'd have to kind of build each flight up for a few weeks. So training was very slow. But now that we had this money, I was able to much quicker progress through it. And without all of the losing proficiency over a span of 2 to 3 weeks per lesson, which is just not helpful. Another thing that it did is it provided me basically the opportunity to fly any aircraft on the flight line that I wanted at any time that I needed it to be. St. Louis University, I mean, it has a flight program, gets you all the way up to, if you follow their curriculum correctly, you can get a CFI and a restricted ATV there. They've got Diamonds, they've got Archers, they've got Seminoles. They've pretty much got everything that you need to get up to restricted ATV. And also with the connections that they have, or the connections that they're building right now as we speak, I'll be able to basically go straight into a pipeline to an airline, straight into a pipeline for a military, or straight into a pipeline for any other thing that I want, because they're actively trying to build partnerships with not just airlines, not just military, but anything that a pilot would want to do as a career.